There was one thing in my bag that almost left at home because I could not think a single use for it. By the end of my 12 days road trip in Alaska, I use it almost every single day. I work a full-time job and I figured out how to fit adventure like this into a normal life. And this is what the channel is about. For this trip, I spent 12 nights sleeping in a rental SUV in Alaska, and I had no idea what car I would be getting until I landed. Everything, my sleeping setup, clothes, cooking gear, camera equipment, food, everything had to fit inside one medium checked bag and one backpack. Some things turned out to be absolutely essential, some barely got used. One nearly caused a big problem, but one completely changed the way I camp. So here's everything I packed, what I bring, and what I will leave at home, and what I will do different the next time. The first thing I'll talk about will be the backpack. So this backpack is literally, I bring it everywhere. Is my way to go for anything I do adventure-wise. This is like the lightest backpack I could find, and it's not cheap, but it's like literal, you can use it for everything. I use it for hiking, I use it for ice climbing, I use it for kayaking, everything. I will just put it in a dry bag and that's it, because you can compress it quite a lot. It only have this back that is hard, but then that will be the only thing you can compress. And this you can remove. So this will be good for hiking, but if I don't need it, I will remove it because it's just there is an hole and you can like pull it out. So the rest is literally amazing. You can fold it. It's not waterproof, but the way I do to make this waterproof, but no backpack at the end is like completely waterproof. Like a lightweight backpack will never be waterproof. So the way I do it is like I will open it and everything. If it's like rainy day or anything, I think it's gonna be raining, I will use this. So this is literally a trash bag. So you use this and you're sure that the stuff you put in the backpack will be super dry because this is plastic and you're sure that it's waterproof. So this is what I will use for the backpack, but literally there is a mesh in the front, you can put like stuff easy to reach. There is also like a space on the bottom and you can grab stuff. I usually use it for the trash, so I don't need to put it in the backpack. I just like push it on the bottom, so I don't need to leave it in nature. Talking about the cooking setup, before this trip I had this picture in my head. I wake up with mountain views, make myself a proper breakfast, cook dinner every evening. But it sounded amazing, but reality is that after a full day of driving or hiking or whatever, you are tired, it's cold, and honestly you just want to eat and go to bed. So I brought a really simple camping stove, and it will be this one. This is how I keep it. I just put like some elastic band around it to keep it close, but this is like very small, it's literally nothing. And then you open it like this, and that's it. And when it's open, you will just fit it on a gas canister. You can fly with gas canisters, so the thing I did is just like I landed and I went to the shop and they sell it everywhere. I think I went to Walmart and I bought it there. It was like medium size, so this is the smaller one. I bought the medium size and it lasted me for 2 weeks. If you don't cook for long, like I was like maybe have it on like 10 minutes a day in total, it lasts long, and that's it. You just screw the stove on top of this and that's it. That's your cooking setup. And another thing I had for my cooking setup, it was this little cup. So this is super light. I use it for hot sometime, and to eat something I will use this and the spoon. This is a long spoon. The reason why is that if you buy, because I bought some dry bag food, so the dry bag food are quite tall. So once you put the warm water in it, you need a long spoon or fork. So this is like both, and so you can mix it without like messing up your hand in the bag. So this is literally all the essential you need. Canister to buy when you land, a little stove, that's it, and this is the brand of the stove. Super cheap, I think I paid like £5, something like that, and this with the spoon fork. That's literally all I needed. So most days I would stop at the supermarket, grab sandwiches, food, yogurt or snacks, and get back on the road. So I only use the stove for like coffee and oatmeal, basically. This way was cheaper and quicker. This was the only piece of gear that genuinely worried me. I brought 2 power banks. One big one for my camera gear and a small one just for my phone. So on paper, that sounded like plenty, but in reality, it was. So every day I will charge my phone, my action camera, my drone battery, and all my camera batteries, most days. The bigger power bank drained much faster than what I expected, and keeping my phone alive wasn't optional. It was my GPS, it was my camera, it was my way of finding campsite when I needed it. Pretty much my connection to everything. So if my phone died, I was in trouble. The thing that actually saved the trip wasn't another power bank. It was this tiny car charger, the kind that plugs into a cigarette light. Every single time I got in the car, I plugged my phone into this plug, and I do the same with my drone battery whenever I can. So if you're planning a road trip like this, I will totally bring this. Don't spend lots of money on the biggest power bank, but just bring 2 different power bank, a decent one. And then if the power bank, one of them fail, you have a backup. Talking about the power bank quickly, this is an Anker power bank, and this can charge camera, even a drone. So that's why I have this one, and you can see how much energy is left, and you can even see how much and how fast it's charging each device, because you can charge different devices with the same power bank. This is my biggest one, but as I say, since I was charging quite a lot, and I was doing a lot of video and charging my phone quite a lot because I was using it for everything. So I had to, maybe this lasted 1.5 days, 2 days, and I had this as a backup for just my phone, honestly. And this is a Charmast. This power bank is very good. I was surprised because this power bank is not that expensive. This combo worked amazingly. Obviously, depending on how much you charge, you need to recharge it, but this is a great combo. And also for my drone, if you're interested to it, I have a DJI. I bought a DJI plug to recharge my battery if I needed for the drone in my car while I was driving. I almost forgot one important thing about how I charge it as well in emergency situation or when I was in campsite. Basically, when I landed, I also bought this extension cable. I could plug this adapter. This is a conversion adapter from a camping exit plug, because they usually have like van plugs and for electricity, not normal ones. So sometime I will need this, and then I will attach this extension so I could have all my stuff charging inside the car. So I will have all this out on the floor, So if it was, raining and stuff, all this like cable was out and the plugs were inside. And then at the end of this, I will have this adapter again that converts US plug into UK plugs, and here I will attach my UK plugs or whatever I had to charge my stuff. Talking about light, also another thing that is very important car camping, the headlamp was one of the unexpected item I really used. I had it already and I was like, do I bring it, do I not? I didn't think it would become one of the most used item of the trip. Literally, I use it every single night. And making the bed after sunset, looking for things in the car, cooking, walking to the toilet, and those middle of the night trips under the tree or something. Trust me, you don't really want to try to do all the thing you need to do while you hold the torch in the car. So having both ends free made such a difference. This is not the most expensive thing I bought, but it's not even the most exciting, but one of the most useful. So this light, if you're interested, which one is it? This is, I bought it some time ago, and it's a black diamond. I will put link of all the item I mentioned in my description so you can check it out, but this is a very good light, and this is actually charged with battery, so it's not a USB rechargeable, but you can use a rechargeable battery as I do. It lasts quite long time, so you don't need to change it quite often. There is quite a few mods and you can change it on the top here. Great lamp, and you can see here, oh my god, sorry, this is the battery on the side. I also had this small lamp. This was literally, it weighs nothing, and it was like emergency light. Now there is no charge, so, but it doesn't last super long because it's very small, but this is a USB light, so you charge it on the side here. Remember the one thing I said I almost didn't bring? It was this, a simple roll of string. I nearly left it home because I couldn't think a single reason why I needed it. Then I picked up the rental SUV and I thought I was completely prepared for my car camping setup, until I realized I've forgotten about the rear cargo windows, like the small one. I had cover for every other windows, but not for those little one at the back. It was getting dark. I wanted some privacy, obviously, and suddenly I had those little gaps where, like, people, if they were passing through, could see me. So I improvised. I tied a string across the car inside and put one of my shirt on the window. Basically, I tied a knot on one side of a shirt and another knot on the other side, and I just hang it like, you hang like to dry the clothes. But that saved my life. From that moment on, I used this piece of string almost every day, whether it was for hanging clothes to dry or cover my windows or solving any other little problem, but it literally proved its worth. Next time, I will definitely bring some more window cover for the back window, but that's how you learn. You never know what kind of car you're getting until you stand next to it. But the string is coming with me on any road trip. For the window cover, I just have like these window cover nets. I have double for the back windows, and they literally go on top of the back door, and it's gonna cover your windows. This is very transparent, but I got this other one that is less transparent, so I put both of them, and I'm gonna be hidden basically. And then I have two of these. There are like curtains, So you just hang the string from one side to the other side in the car, and you just close it like two curtains, and it's like that's it. It's just this little roll of things. I'm gonna show you how much is all together, so you kind of have an idea of like the amount of space it will take in your bag. This is window cover, 2 window cover for one side, 2 window cover for the other side, and that's they squeeze, so that's it. And the back is covered, and then I have one curtain. There will be 2 curtains from the front and 2 curtains from the back window, and that's the back and front covered. Then for the future I will have 2 little cover for the other windows on the cargo, but this is it. If you can see how small is the amount of thing, and this is like literal really cheap. Talking about the little things, some of the smallest things happen to make the bigger difference. I pack 10 packets of hand warmers, and I wish I packed more. When you're setting up the car later at night and your hands are very cold, you are cold, and you just want to go in a warm place, you will be happy you have them. The way I use it is that I will put my sleeping bag out, and I will just throw, if it was very cold night, I will throw 2 of them straight in a sleeping bag, like maybe 10 minutes before I was getting in, and you will find a very nice and warm, sleeping bag when you get in, and you will be happy. Another little things I brought in Alaska specifically was sealable food bags. Not because organization, but because Alaska has bears. So keeping food into bags is common sense, because you should not have like food into the car in theory. Then there was my dashboard mounts for my camera. Some of them were useless and some of them were like actually good. For example, I had this. They will stick on the window to do video while you're driving, so it will make things easier. But honestly, this one in particular were like sticking out sometime when I go like for a bit. After a bit, it was like coming out of the glass, so I might get a better one. And this was for my phone. So this one, it was to hold the phone, to drive with the phone in front of me, but honestly never use it. And then another thing to mention, I brought an inflatable pillow. This is part of the small things I brought, and this is not bad. This is a Trecology one, and honestly it's like it's nice because I like kind of like biggish pillow on my head, but honestly I didn't use it for that. I use it for something else. Basically I use it to fill the gap on the back of the seat in the car. To talk about the sleeping setup quickly, how did I actually sleep in a SUV, in a rented SUV for 12 nights? Honestly, I think I slept in it even better than I expected. The mattress made the biggest difference. I bought a simple foam mattress after landing in Walmart, and it was like the size good enough to fit my SUV. Nothing fancy, but it was to fill the gap on my cargo. It was quite comfortable. For warmth, I bought a sleeping bag that was warm enough for the temperature I expected. This one. Most night it was perfect. The coldest night was near Glacier View, where temperatures dropped until -5, -7. That was definitely the limit on my setup. I stay warm, but I wouldn't have wanted to get much colder than that. Under this, I put this, a sleeping mat, and this is the same sleeping mat that I use for camping. And this is a Thermarest Neon Air. It's pretty good to keep you warm, and it works in the car as well as it works for camping. Another thing that made a huge difference was keeping the sleeping area organized. Basically, anything I knew I needed during the night stayed within arm reach. And for example, was headlamps, phone, a warm jacket. So, because there's nothing worse than waking up during the night because you're cold than trying to find it in the car. The sleeping setup wasn't perfect, but every night I changed something until I got to the perfect way to organize my things in the car. I'm gonna make another separate video where I go more in detail about all my sleeping setup that works in any rental SUV. About clothes, no one cares about what you wear. No one is gonna look at you into the car. The thing I brought, it was 2 thermal layers shirt. It was like merino shirts, really nice warm socks, merino as well, and a puffy jacket with like a hoodie, a very warm hoodie. And then I brought like a waterproof jacket for rainy day. And a couple of leggings. One it was waterproof and one normal one. Basically, I didn't need anything else. I just used the same clothes on rotation, and I will be cleaning pants and socks in campsite if I need it. Here, what I'll bring again, 100%, if I will do this trip tomorrow again, I will bring the headlamp, definitely non-negotiable, 2 power banks and the car charger, the stainless steel cup, hand warmer, 10 or even more, the stove that I put inside here. Then we'll buy again the foam mattress, super comfortable. Then window cover with the string, amazing string, saved my life. Plus a couple more for the back cover, for cover the back cargo window. If it didn't make my life easier every single day, it wouldn't be coming with me back. What stays home? Probably the inflatable pillow. Don't really need it. There was a travel pillow that made my life better, honestly. So that was my gear. 12 night, 1 checked bag, 1 backpack, a rental SUV I never seen before, and honestly, it worked. You don't need a camper van. You don't need thousands of pounds worth of equipment. You don't need even to know what car you're getting. You just need the right few things, a bit of improvisation, and figure it out things as you go. The best trips aren't the one where everything is perfect, but are the ones where you figure out things on the way. This trip definitely remind me of that. If you want to see the full sleeping setup, how I build the bed, what worked and what I will change, I made a separate video covering exactly that you will find here. Click the link, and if you want more practical travel content for people that have a normal life, full job, and want more adventure, this is the channel for you. So hit the subscribe button and keep following. Bye.